I was sitting in a cafe on the Piccadilly approach, watching the commuting drones coming and going, talking to some homeless bloke with a broken nose as I slowly arranged my fried breakfast into the shape of a sad face. I had a sorry-looking sausage for a mouth, burnt back bacon rashers like reservoir dog ears, a busted tomato like a sad clown's nose, and baked bean art Garfunkel hair. This was a snide cafe though, they'd only given me one fried egg, but I used a triangular hash brown as an eye patch, which made the plate look uncannily like Pop Cyclops Gabrielle. Dreams can come true, I thought, as I pierced her one good eye with my fork and watched her undercooked yellow tears slowly merge with the grease on her cheeks. Eventually I told the homeless bloke to leave me alone. I left the cafe without paying and I made my way to a windowless shoebox-sized estate pub called the Junkie's Arms. There I ordered myself a marriage-wrecking beverage called the tHe headbanger. It consists of 2 parts High Commissioner whiskey, 1 part Sillet Bang and 4 fingers of distilled Mancunian rainwater. It's served in a cracked glass ashtray. You're supposed to down it in one as the landlady smashes you across the fucking mouth with it. After my refreshments, I was violently escorted to the car park area where I sat on a wall for a while, mopped the blood off my face with a dot leaf and watched a pigeon trying to eat a cigarette end. And it was about that time that winter came to a stop and the snowdrops melted back into everyday raindrops. The sun has got its hood up. Hip hip hooray. Its curfew starts at 7, it goes in, it's not allowed back out again. Night fell and put in a compensation claim, and the shadow of the planet cast across the land like the ominous shadow of Nosferatu's hand. So I thought I'd better go home before someone else tried beating me up. On the bus on the way home, it smelled as though somebody had shat themselves, but then looking at the convict cast of passengers, I figured it was probably the bus driver. At one stop, a young man got on, and ignoring all the efforts of his forefathers to earn him the right to sit anywhere he wanted, he still made a deliberate effort to sit on the back seat, and he proceeded to play terrible tinny music from a tiny plastic phone that sounded like some nightmarish fairground from the early 90s dance era. And to make matters worse, he was trying to rap along to it in that self-conscious style that sounds like he's being forced to do it against his own will.
And the lad's gonna take over. Yo, check it. Yo, I'm gonna break it down to you now, for my homies that passed away.
Eventually it became too much. I said,
"Excuse me, mate. I'm sorry to interrupt you mid-flow, but I couldn't help but overhearing those rhymes that you were just spitting then. And well, I'm actually a talent scout for Sony Records, and I was just wondering, could you shut the fuck up? It's just I'm trying to read the Metro here, and I can't hear myself fucking think."
And as the young man stabbed me repeatedly in the stomach, my mind wandered back about 10 years or so ago to when Jarvis sang about the misshapes, the mistakes and the misfits. He promised me a revolution, where the geek would inherit the streets, but not by using weapons and muscle, but using good manners and minds. Well, it's just one of those things you never get round to doing, I suppose. And as I arrived home that evening, profusely losing blood, I locked my door behind me, I bolted my windows, I closed my curtains, and my awareness of the inevitable approaching apocalypse peaked.